Today we are talking about the door controller. What does it do? How much does it cost? Where would you actually put it down? Use cases for this bad boy. So let's get into it. I am Jade Monkey. We are talking about the Power Surge update, the electric update. It's already out on PC, but this is specifically framed around the Rust Console Edition for the Xbox, PlayStation, next generations, and everything in between. Core systems, you know how it goes. Okay, so let's go through the basic cost of this bad boy first. So, if you don't find this in the wild, this will cost you 75 scrap to learn. I know, it's pricey, but it's an important piece here. Also, it's going to cost you 75 metal fragments. And again, if you're having a hard time finding this in the wild, you can go over to the tech tree and just bust it out that way. And it is over here on the right, and it's down a ways, and there are a couple 75 scrap items on the way down, so you'll have to really plan accordingly. But it's right down here. Okay, so I'm sure some of you have already loaded this up in the testing branch and said, hey, I placed this, but how does it open the door, right? Because you know, you just place it on there and then it doesn't work, and you're like, what's going on? So let me just go and place a door down, and we will show you. Okay, so the biggest thing with door controllers are you have to get them close to the frame or on the frame of the object in most cases. But you also need a door lock on the door that you're going to control, and you can use a wooden lock or a metal lock. But here's the thing, like you can have this powered and still not going to do anything, right? Like we'll put a switch right here. Whoops. Let's go ahead and get our cable management out here. We'll make this orange. Just bend it over here. And if you just plug it in, it's no good. It's not going to do anything. That's because you need to pair the door controller. It needs to know where it's actually unlocking or where it's actually going to open the door. So it's doing this through authorization. So it's done through the door code itself, or the door lock. So what you do is, once you place the door and the door lock, you just unlock it so it's green. Then if you go over to the door controller, you can pair it by hitting the action button. And you know it's paired because there's a little green dot there. Then go back to your door, the most important part, to go back and lock the door. So now when power or current goes through here, it is going to activate or open the door. And in this case, we have a constant stream of power coming through this switch, so it's going to hold the door open. One of the beautiful things about the door controller, and indeed the best thing, is if the power's cut, you get rated, the door will shut. If it loses power, it will automatically shut the door. So that's what's called a fail shut. So if I were to delete this, the door shuts automatically. Or if you were to flick it off. So another cool thing about this are there are a couple edge cases here where we have a pressure plate that actually activates because it generates its own power if nothing's plugged in. So this is the power out. It creates a burst of electricity, and so does the red switch. So you can do the same thing with these door controllers by giving it a burst of power. But if you notice, it flicked and then it shuts immediately because the power wasn't long enough for it to hold the door open. So again, you can do this on almost on all doors that have locks that you can place on top of them. And yes, indeed, an armored door, a roller boy. I'm just going to stand right there. Think Minecraft, where you put those pressure plates and it helps you close the door as you walk out. That could be useful there. And also with the ladder hatch. Crazy, right? And also, I almost said stone behe gates. Also, the giant stone gate. So this is one of the exceptions where you don't put it on the frame itself, you actually put it next to. And then since you have a door lock here, you would unlock this. And then walk back over here and then pair it with the action button. Oops, we just activated one of our turret ports. By the way, using door controllers on turret ports is also very critical because you're going to need to protect your turrets. And one of the ways you can do that is with door controllers. So when the turret's on, the doors are open. When the turret's off, the doors close. I'm glad that happened right there. That was kind of organic. Woohoo! Alright, so let's just place this green cable down here to our switch. Very poor cable management. Look away for all of my OCD friends out there. They hate it when I do that. I hate it when I do that. And then what we'll do is we'll just find the node here and place it into the bottom. Oh, I forgot the major step. What did I forget? Anybody down in the comments? What did I forget on the door? Always, always, always relock the door. Always. And you can use this with a transmitter, so you can open the door remotely as you're walking in. And then as we get Rust Plus, at some point, you can do it remotely from your phone. So door controllers are exceptional for those kinds of things. Also, if you're like, hey, can I daisy chain these together? Absolutely. So what you can do here is, let's go ahead and just connect this door controller down here. And that's red. And then let's take the yellow. It's got a pass-through on the top. And then we'll bring it over to this side, so it'll open both the swing door and the roller door with one switch. So the power is going to come through here in the red. Consume 1 because we're on a switch. Go over here to the door controller. Door controllers do consume 1 unit of power. Then it's going to pass the rest of the power if it has enough, and then pass it through the yellow cable over to this door controller. So this switch will open up both doors. And at the same time, it will also close them. As we said before, these can be extremely useful for quality of life. You can get super heady with it because you can create these turret bay doors like so. You will have to protect your turrets. There are now a runtime situation with the turrets because you can't always have them on necessarily. And, you know, people always try to potshot them, so if there's nobody around, there's no sense in having the turrets on. So these door controllers are a lifesaver. And if you really want to get heady with it, and I don't think I have this video out yet, just to show you an example, door controllers can be used in a base that has lots of doors. This is a Jade Smart Door. This is something I've cooked up, where, look at this, all of the doors open at the same time, and this is an authorized switch that will only open and shut off of people that are authorized on the tool cupboard. Imagine that. Those are your loot rooms. These are all the doors you use to get into the base. Extremely useful. That's the door controller. If you want to know any power basics to help you get along here, not only like batteries and how to generate power, but some really great circuits at the end of this video, I'm going to go ahead and put up the Rust Power Basics on the end screen now. And be sure to leave a subscribe and a like. It helps out tremendously. Hopefully we see you in the next live stream and or video.